Healthy MTL with Savannah Scher and Michelle Boyer coming up next.
Today on Healthy MTL, you'll soon notice healthier looking models on Quebec magazine covers.
And a unique type of massage takes center stage.
All this and more today on Healthy MTL.
Welcome to Healthy MTL. I'm Savannah Scher.
And I'm Michelle Boyer. Thank you for joining us.
Montreal. It's one of Canada's largest and most vibrant cities, and there's no way you'll ever be bored.
We're going to take you through the streets and around town and show you just what Montrealers are doing to change their lifestyle to a more healthy one.
And we'll show you a few features about people that are taking an alternative approach to how they eat in order to stay healthy.
With a little trip to the winemaking center, too.
But the wine will have to wait. Now, the average woman is 5'4" and weighs around 140 pounds, but the typical fashion model is much taller and weighs much less. Many Canadian organizations are trying to change this in order to create a healthier body image for women. Canadian designer Mark Fast, for example, has started using average-sized women in his runway shows alongside regular models.
And Toronto-based Lulu magazine is also using models that aren't a size 2. It's not an image that's very realistic for women to achieve, and that image is on the cusp of change here in Quebec. Kimberly Lamontagne has more.
The modeling industry has created the perception that a healthy body weight is 20% less than it should be. Quebec's Ministry of Culture, Communications and the Status of Women unveiled a charter for a healthy and diverse body image. It says that beauty ideals based on extreme thinness can harm self-esteem. The charter sets in motion 7 actions to promote a more realistic image of women in the media.
It's a document that initially, the reason I wanted to work on it is because, again, it's very coherent with what my company is all about. My company has always had as a mission to promote diversity, body diversity. We're in a society that's so obsessed with youth and beauty and looks that I feel that has created an incredible pressure on women. Beauty, for me, it encompasses so many different things, and it's not just features, and it's not just the way people put together or the way they photograph. It's a whole thing. I created a plus division this summer because I felt it was important. I felt it was a viable market. I've had models that by any other standards would never have worked in this industry, and I've had them successful, and not just this last year. 5, 7, 10 years ago. 30 years ago, girls were thin. Now they're skinny. Now I see bones. Now when I look at somebody's spine, I don't want to see the whole picture of the spine. There's a difference, and that's where my concern was.
And what are your thoughts with regard to the new charter for a healthy and diverse body image?
I think Quebec is leading the way on this issue. I mean, nothing else is being done in Canada. I always felt that it was up to us agents to push the envelope, to introduce different kinds of beauties and to introduce them and market them and enable them to become household names. In order to change things, you have to be able to acknowledge that there's an issue. I didn't feel it's all our responsibility because I don't think the fashion industry is to blame. I really don't. But I do feel that we have been players. We have our parts of what's happened.
And so do you have any advice for men or women who have issues with their body image?
My best advice is in order to own up to your full potential and to what you're meant to be doing in this world, you got to own up and you got to accept exactly who you are. And that doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. It's a process. But I think it really is one of the most important things. And I think that beauty, and I know it can sound cliche, but beauty is a full package.
It should be healthy. Thinness is not necessarily healthy. Healthy is getting outside and enjoying the air like this at lunchtime and getting your body moving and feeling better. So thinness is nice too as opposed to obesity, but thinness is not necessarily healthy either.
There is no one healthy body image. It's however your body's made, and that's the best one and the one for you as long as you eat healthy and manage yourself well.
While Montreal is known as one of the primary fashion hubs in Canada, this new Quebec charter demonstrates its pure innovation. Kimberly Lamotang, Healthy MTL.
Celiac disease is when a person's body rejects gluten, which is a protein found in wheat, rye, and barley. This can make everyday eating quite difficult and is becoming an increasingly common food allergy. This year, Montreal is hosting the International Food Allergies Conference to try and shed some light on this disease.
But we're now seeing a growing trend where people are on the celiac diet not because they have the disease, but because it promotes healthy living and weight loss. Elizabeth Hasselback, co-host of The View, has celiac disease, and she's written a book called The G-Free Diet, which promotes eating gluten-free because it helps you lose weight. Adam Avarashi brings us this report.
The G-Free diet has become popular over the last year thanks to celebrity endorsements and talk shows.
The G-Free Diet, it's a gluten-free survival guide.
Even the queen of domestic housekeeping has jumped on the bandwagon.
Came out with a new cookbook of vegan and gluten-free treats.
There's a new trend in the food world, a gluten-free diet. Grocery stores between 2007 and 2008 have adopted this new policy, increasing their gluten-free product by over 20%. But are Montrealers in tune with this new fad? Today we're in a supermarket to find out just how Canadians feel about the gluten-free diet.
Most shoppers had never heard of gluten.
Some people are allergic to gluten, so I guess that's all the extent that I know.
Gluten? Non, pas vraiment.
Other shoppers were well versed in the G-free lifestyle.
But there's gluten-free pasta too. A little more expensive, but it exists.
Carl Evers says his wife only found out a year ago that she had celiac disease.
She tries to stay away as much as possible from anything that has gluten in it, which is obviously hard to do when life is busy and there's a pizza here, or you go to a meeting at lunch and everything that's there is something that you can't have.
Kayla Morin, a second-year journalism student at Concordia University, knows the disease all too well. She was diagnosed celiac 3.5 years ago.
It started with my grandmother, who found out she had it when she was about 60 years old. I didn't think I had anything wrong with me.
Kayla stuck to a rigorous G-free diet while living with her father and stepmother in Germany. Yet student life in Canada has proven difficult, as she sometimes caves in to eating gluten.
I cheat sometimes. I'll have a beer or a muffin or something when I'm not supposed to.
Telling your friends about a G-free lifestyle is difficult, as it is widely misunderstood.
It's kind of awkward sometimes, in a social situation, especially at a bar, you don't want to be like, oh, I can't have that beer that you want to get me because I have this disease. It's kind of a damper. So sometimes I won't tell someone until I know them a bit better.
Kayla's stepmother, who tried the diet for a while, saw noticeable weight loss results. But Kayla wouldn't recommend it to just anyone.
I've told people about it, actually, because my stepmother had such a great success with it. She felt so wonderful after doing it. It was just for 3 months. No one I know has really expressed that much of a desire to stop eating all kinds of junk food and buy expensive health food because, we're students, we can't afford it.
Kim Airy, a dietitian who worked firsthand with celiac patients and G-free diets, invited cameras into her home to speak about the latest research regarding gluten and its effects.
This may be a genetic disorder, so we know that it tends to run in families. We know that 97% of the people who have celiac disease are not yet diagnosed.
Airy is opposed to using a G-free diet for weight loss, as it may lead to nutritional deficiencies.
Well, we know that a good way to lose weight is to eat less calories. So if you follow a gluten-free diet and you cut out all bread and you cut out all products that contain barley and rye, you're going to be cutting out a lot of calories. So you're going to lose weight. And so I find it very radical, taking out a lot of nutrients, exposing yourself to the possibility of developing deficiencies.
Cindy Schaefer was diagnosed with celiac disease 10 years ago and knows how difficult it is to stay G-free today.
Yeah, of course. They're having pepper steak, they're having chicken, they're having seafood, bouillabaisse, everything that has the flavoring and all the sauces and everything, and for the most part I don't.
Her cupboards are lined with specialty products and difficult grocery finds. Some G-free soups are only found in the States and must be ordered by the caseload. Cindy had her whole family tested, but the results were negative. Yet, for some reason, her eldest son, Adam, feels better on the diet than off.
He's tried it a few times, and he does feel better, but then he doesn't have the willpower. He finds he gets stomach aches, so he does stay away from that as far as cereals, oatmeal, stuff like that.
For those living with celiac disease, a G-free lifestyle is not a choice, but a requirement. Pulling off the diet is not as simple as reading a book. It's an arduous commitment that comes with rewards and drawbacks.
Adam Avrashi, Healthy MTL, Montreal.
Montreal is home to a unique type of massage that mixes Western and Eastern techniques. The Lotus Palm Massage Center specializes in Thai yoga massage.
The masseuse actually performs yoga positions while massaging the client, so in a sense you can say it benefits both the giver and the receiver. It sounds hard to imagine and to understand, but Joël Pouliot explains.
The Lotus Palm Center in the Mile-End of Montreal teaches the unique art of Thai yoga massage. The center's founder, Kam Tai Chow, works hard to promote the technique in the Western world.
We are addressing what the body is always asking for. You know, our body is constantly screaming out for, stretch me, open me, I'm tired, do something to me, help me. And this is what we are doing. We are open them up, we're stretching them up. So when you actually receive a Thai yoga massage, it's like somebody put you into assisted yoga poses. From one dance of the yoga pose to the next yoga pose. So you're put into a series of yoga poses gently, respectfully, safely. After a session, it's almost like you woke up from a dream, and that dream is yoga. You know, it's a wonderful feeling.
Students of Thai yoga massage learn to incorporate meditation techniques in their daily lives. This enables them to fully concentrate on their work and the transfer of their energy when they give a massage. Traditional Thai massage deals with pressure points in the body, similar to those targeted with acupuncture. The technique can prevent or correct stiffness, mobility problems, and chronic pains. It relieves muscle tension and improves blood circulation. Rachel Bergeron-Carrière is a student at Lotus Palm and gives massages from her home. She believes that Thai yoga massage has brought positive changes to her life.
Ça m'apporte juste le contentement d'avoir fait du bien à quelqu'un. Puis tu sais, quand je donne un massage, il s'en va après, puis je me sens bien autant que lui, parce que je sais qu'on s'est apporté quelque chose de positif, puis qu'il va se sentir bien, tu sais, puis on va faire comme ah, ok, tu sais, j'ai une relaxation, puis aussi en même temps ça donne de l'énergie, puis ça revitalise, je pourrais dire.
Everyone can benefit from Thai massage. From baby to adolescent, to adults, to the elders or senior, they all can benefit from it. Even to the state of recovering from illnesses or recovering from surgery.
A Thai yoga masseuse will adapt the massage to a person's health and general flexibility for the receiver to feel comfortable, safe, and relaxed.
C'est un massage, mais en même temps c'est du yoga. C'est comme si t'es paresseux, puis tu genre, ah, ça me tente pas de faire du yoga. Mais à la place, c'est moi qui vais le faire à ta place. T'sais. Fait que t'auras juste à pas bouger, puis c'est moi qui fais les mouvements pour toi. Et ça te donne le même effet que si t'avais fait une séance de yoga, mais t'as rien fait.
So whether you're looking for a career change, a new hobby, or for a different way to relax and relieve tension, Thai yoga massage has something to offer. Joël Pouliot, Healthy MTL.
Many North Americans are taking on a vegetarian diet for health, moral, and environmental reasons. Some people take it a step further, though, by cutting out not only meat and fish, but animal byproducts as well, like eggs and dairy.
So if you decide that going vegan is right for you, well, you're in the right city. Montreal has many restaurants as well as many different sections of grocery stores that cater to vegans. We'll let Healthy MTL's Valerie Cardinal explain.
In the city of Montreal, veganism isn't only for the converted. Some of the many vegan resources are easily available to students, such as Mother Hubbard's Cupboard in Concordia's own multi-faith chaplaincy. Every Thursday, head chef Julie Carl and a team of volunteers cook and serve over 100 full vegan meals.
It's about bringing people together, I suppose. It's, it is about like feeding hungry students, and it's only $2 donation for like a full meal, so there's that aspect. But it's also like developing a sense of community.
On the plateau, the Cru d'Essence restaurant staff are also engaging the community by offering workshops on a special kind of veganism, raw food. Much of the diet consists of fresh fruits and vegetables. According to head chef Stéphanie Audet, anyone can participate in the classes if they have an open mind.
People come here with their coffee and they had steak the night before, like totally. It's people that are curious too, and it's great because we don't have to go like knock at their door and be like, hey, do you know about vegan and raw food? It's great because they come here open, like to receive what we have to tell them. And
Credescence's new buffet area not only offers a healthy lunch, but a new way of enjoying and respecting food.
I'm really amazed by the beauty of it too. Like when I cut a cabbage, a red cabbage, it's like, wow, why would you want to transform it and cook it and destroy everything that is good in it?
And she says it's high time raw foods made their way into the lives of Canadians.
Right now, it's really time for a change, you know. Most people just see that if we continue like this, you know, we're not going to have a planet soon, you know.
The public's view of veganism is changing. Credescence and Mother Hubbard's are definitely not the only vegan resources in Montreal.
And I feel like it's becoming more accepted and people are seeing it as more of like a socially conscious option.
So whether you're vegan, curious, or even just hungry, it may be worth finding out what Montreal's vegan community is all about. After all, it could lead to complete change of lifestyle.
Because it's not like yelling to people that will make something change, you know? It's doing the change inside of yourself, and if everybody will do that, it will work, right? So,
Valerie Cardinal, Healthy MTL.
For our final story today, studies show that wine can significantly reduce the risk of heart disease, cancer, among many other diseases. And here in Quebec, we're seeing an increasing trend in homemade wine production.
It's more eco-friendly, and it can be much less expensive than going to pick up a bottle at the liquor store. Plus, it's a fun hobby.
With more, Brenda Raflova joins us live from a local winemaking store. So, Brenda, from what I understand, people can make their own wine at this store?
Yes, Michelle, that's right. We are here at the winemaking center, Van Gogh, and joining me now is the owner, Mark Eagle. So, Mark, why would someone want to come here and make their own wine rather than just taking a trip to the SAQ?
Because you're going to save about a third of the cost, and it's fun. So you save money and you meet a lot of people. It's a very social aspect. You meet a lot of other people that like making wine and drinking wine. It's a fun hobby.
Van Gogh is a very interesting name to me. How did you come up with this name?
My mom's an artist. I'm from a family of artists. I grew up with the famous sunflowers on our wall in our kitchen, and when I was coming up with a name in French for Van Gogh here in Quebec, came up with Van Gogh. And it's also nice with the unique selling proposition of the art of winemaking.
From what I know, people are very picky about their wines. Some like their wine red, white, red, dry, and sweet. So what kinds of wine do you offer to your customers?
We can pretty much do a knockoff of most wines that the SAQ does in Quebec or the LCBO in Ontario. I can do a dry or a sweet Riesling. It's up to you. I can make a Shiraz from Australia, a Merlot from France or Chile, a Valpolicella from Italy. You choose. We can, together, we can make your wine here at Van Gogh.
Well, thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
And now let's look at how you can make your own wine. Crushing grapes with your feet? Forget about it. Winemaking doesn't have to be as hard as it used to be. It starts with making sure your bottles are sanitized to avoid any mold or germs. Then a package of concentrated wine juice is dumped into a bucket where you need to add yeast and a few other ingredients. All the other steps are done by the owner. After the mixture is filtered, 4 to 6 weeks later, it's ready for bottling, corking, and labeling. With this growing trend here in Quebec, this is a great hobby to adopt. So you can either pass by your local wine hobby shop or you can pass by Van Gogh here in the West Island. You can see the address on your screen right now. So winemaking is a great activity that you can perform during the new year. Brenda Raflova, Healthy MTL. Back to you.
Thanks, Brenda. Sure hope she doesn't drive home.
No, I'm sure she'll take a cab or something. Anyways, that wraps up our show for today. Tomorrow we'll have a reaction from the Montreal Allergy Conference.
And we'll be visiting a therapeutic spa in the Laurentians. Hope you'll join us. I'm Savannah Scher.
And I'm Michelle Boyer. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.